Let's get to work.
There you go.
There she is.
Those weird little hairs, like you can't even see, are so annoying. Are we on? We are on? We're on! Oh my gosh!
Shady
She does that all the time!
You're sitting there picking your nose.
I know!
She's like, and we're rolling.
Welcome back to Backstage. Barry here. We are here with Miss Chelsea Piers.
Jiggly Caliente! No, I'm kidding.
Jiggly Caliente. We're at the West Bank Cafe because we just saw Chelsea Piers' premiere cabaret show entitled
Are you there, Rue? It's me, Chelsea.
Yes. And it was amazing.
Thank you.
It was entertaining. The music was fantastic.
Thank you.
You had a full-ass band. I walked in there, I was like, she's got a full-ass band. She's not effing around tonight, kids.
Yes, girl. I mean, if you're
It's really fantastic.
Yeah.
So now you based this cabaret off of your, well, just between you and me. Did you actually audition this year for the RuPaul's Drag Race?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about this year, as most of you are probably aware, like auditions are coming up. But I have auditioned in the past, so I just thought, why not channel the frustration? There is kind of an unspoken frustration that we all feel as drag queens working in New York City at the top of their game, trying to break through this glass ceiling that Drag Race has created, which is amazing. Like, if Drag Race didn't exist, drag wouldn't be as mainstream as it is now. But there is this kind of longing.
Exactly.
For, and some people are fine without it and have made peace with not wanting to be on it, but you can't deny that it is kind of the
There's a
penultimate,
legitimacy
yes,
to it.
So I was like, why don't I write something about this to kind of channel my frustrations and everything. So that was kind of the inspiration behind it. I've wanted to do a solo show for a long time, and this just seemed like the perfect frame for it, because it's always a very stressful process for people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I was like, why don't I like make light of it?
Yes.
Let's make fun of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the inspiration.
One of the things that I particularly loved about the show was that your musical choices were ultra personal, I think.
Yes.
And relevant to the story flow. Without being polarizing, and I love that because, we were entertained, and I think we learned a lot about you. Yes. But I have to say, my favorite part of the show.
Oh God, here we go.
Was when we saw your like baby queen face, because it cracked me up. Because the thing is, you're one of the most exquisite makeup like artists I've ever met.
Thank you so much.
You have a style. Like, if you did someone's face, I could walk up to them just like Bobby Pin's hair. I could walk up to them and be like,
shout out Bobby Pin's
I know,
hair.
right? Shout out Bobby Pin's. We'll talk about that in a sec. But like, with your talent though, I could walk up to somebody and be like, Chelsea did your face, didn't they? Because you've got a style. It's a style that you practice. Now, are you self-taught makeup-wise? Did you go to like a cosmetology school? Or?
At first, I was self-taught in the beginning, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. I went to work for MAC Cosmetics for about 2 years, and that really elevated my makeup game.
Yeah.
But I'm so inspired by what I see in our community. So I'm a huge perfectionist, so I pay painstaking attention to detail. So I'm always looking at people's makeup. I'm always kind of looking at how to raise the bar and everything. So it's just something that really excites me. But yeah, I'm pretty much self-taught, but then the Mac really kicked it into gear. Yeah.
One of the funny things that you say about like checking out people's makeup and stuff, I've never told you this before, but this is the truth. This is the truth, kids. I rate my hairline on the Chelsea Piers scale.
Bitch, you have one of the best hairlines in the biz.
And I was like, if I'm walking out of my house, I check my hairline, I was like, is this a hairline Chelsea would come up to and be like, unclockable? If it's not, I need to work.
Your hairline is always, I've literally never seen your hairline not
and the
flawless.
thing is, and the reason why it makes me so like excited about it, because I am so impressed with everything that you do. So, and then my season of So You Think You Can Drag, you are like our mentor back there. So, and the experience that you had, that was a big deal for me. So, like, I think it's amazing that just now you're having your first big solo show. Like, I mean, because you've been all over the town.
Yeah.
We know you.
Mm-hmm.
But this was one of the chances for us to really see what you do.
Yeah.
This woman sings live, peeps,
Yeah,
and
she does.
she knows how
So
to
does
do
this
it.
one.
I know. Well, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
Well, you know what it was? This was a pipe dream of mine that I had. If you really want to go back from the time I was a kid, it's the ultimate realization of what I always wanted to do. And that's why when I say, it sounds kind of like white girly, like, drag is what I was born to do, but like, I really do believe that. Drag is what I was born to do because it is the juxtaposition of everything that I love. And this show is the cornerstone of what I can do because I've been dreaming it up for so long, and I was so scared. I was so scared of it for so long.
Which cracks me up because you seem so fearless to me.
Thank you.
You're like
I
one of
mean,
the most fearless queens, I think. So I love hearing that. It makes me feel like a human.
No, and we need to speak about this because
it's real.
it's the fear is real. But what's most important and what's most endearing about being a drag queen in New York City is that you get to call the shots. You get to produce the content yourself. You have ultimate control. So leaning into that is really beautiful because there are no limits as to what you can create. So once I just ripped the Band-Aid off and I was like, let's fucking do this and let's go balls to the wall.
Let's do it.
Let's do a
Yeah.
live band. But I mean, the live band is thanks to my boyfriend Brandon James Gwynn.
He's amazing.
He is.
One more actual official shout out to him. Like
I am
so good.
And like this is another eye rolly thing, but I am the luckiest girl / man alive. He's
Gwen.
a Gwen.
She's a Gwen.
No, but
luckiest Gwen alive.
Brandon James Gwynn. I mean, clock the name because you will be hearing it for years to come.
My music director James
McBride?
Cunningham. He's done. I've worked with him for years, then he's ever since I started really. And every time, like I can't use him. He always suggests your boyfriend. He was like, "Well, Brandon will probably do it. Just talk to him." He's great. He's fantastic.
He's produced Trixie Mattel's first album. He has music directed all of Alexis Michelle's shows.
Yes.
He's about to go on tour with Trixie.
She's doing an album now too, right?
She's doing an album. Trixie's doing a second album. So in the middle of producing those two albums and gearing up to go on tour with Trixie, he managed to bring this vision to life for me, which means so much to me.
You have a solid show. It's solid and it's well conceived. Now, here's the thing that also was another favorite for me. I've known you now since I started, and you've been an inspiration, wonderful performer. I love you so much. I've never seen you actually do your Celine. I know that you're famous for it. I've never actually seen you do it. So tonight was my cherry pop of your Celine, and I was gobsmacked. It was so accurate. It was freakish. I can't even. Have you met her? Have you ever? I've
never met her. I saw her.
I can't believe the woman's never come up to you and met, because it's
I would die.
Freakishly accurate. It's
I
so
would die.
Amazing.
Thank you. And it's so funny. That's the reaction I get a lot of the time. Is that I think like I've done it so much that people are sick of it, but inevitably, once a show, everyone will always, or one person will always be like, I've not seen that before, and I'm like, what? So I feel like I'm spreading the Celine gospel proverbially. I saw her live in Vegas. It's life-changing.
So Celine was my second concert ever. My first being TLC, but we won't go there. But my second concert was when she was on her tour for My Heart Will Go On. Did you see the tour? Did you go and see her?
No, I would have died.
Oh, you would have. And maybe you can use this in one of your acts. When she did her performance of My Heart Will Go On, she stood in front of her stage in an all-red dress that was like sewn with like something like this on it, but it was fabric.
Shout out Florence DeLee to this dress.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Florence DeLee for this dress.
That dress is stunning.
Oh.
She stood in front of her stage with a giant fan under her, and she literally went and her hair blowing. I was like, it's Celine.
If you go see her in Vegas, My Heart Will Go On is the encore. She stands on a circular platform that levitates about 50 feet in the air, and she has fountains shooting all around her. It's absurd.
The funny thing I love about she is so Vegas. I love Celine. She's so
Celine
Vegas.
is my spirit animal.
Yes, she is.
I love her. Oh my god.
So it was so great to see that because when you came out, it's such an iconographic thing for you to do.
Thank you.
We know of you. So for me to see it for the first time, and everyone
And what
in the
perfect
audience,
timing with
I know.
All Stars, right?
I know, right? Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
I know. Well, I remember you were talking about Snatch Game, and I was like, Snatch Game, yeah, you got it, but you did Snatch Game. You need to be
No one's ever
Celine.
done it before. No one's ever done it on Snatch Game. I can't believe it.
I can't.
So hopefully no one does it this year. So when I get on season 11, I'll nail it.
Rue, are you listening?
Are you there, Rue? It's
Are
me,
you there,
Chelsea.
Rue? It's Chelsea.
Yeah.
She loves you, we love you, and she needs to be on your show because what? She's fierce.
I tweeted her. I was like, RuPaul, I wrote a one-woman show featuring live singing and a rock band. If you want to come, it's at the Laurie Beechman Theater. You got comps with my.
So you actually had a comp for her tonight, then, didn't you? Did you have a comp
No,
waiting for her?
honey, we were sold out. There was no room.
Oh, did you hear that? You had to get those tickets soon.
So get your tickets for the 17th.
Yes, because that show was packed, rightly so. 17th here at the Laurie Beechman Theater.
Yes.
Underneath the West Bank Cafe on 42nd Street down here. You are just doing it for us.
Thank you.
I am
I love
so
you.
proud of you. I love you too. And you are really going to go places with this show. It's a fantastic show.
Thank you. I hope so.
You're one of just there's a core group of gals here that I think are going to be the next big thing in drag. And you're one of them. So
Strawberry! I love you.
I love you too. So guys, so where can we find you online for our viewers? Tell us.
So you can find me on Instagram at the Chelsea Piers, on Twitter at the Chelsea Piers. You can find me on Facebook, and then I am every Tuesday at Boots and Saddle. I am in the core cast of Queen at Industry.
That's right.
I'm monthly at
the
Stonewall.
longest and only running production
7
drag
years,
show.
girl.
Yes.
7 years. It's a good fucking time.
It
Come
is
on
a
out.
good show.
Yes. Yeah. And then you can find me on the corner, hooking. Because times are tough, girl.
God.
Listen, I may look like a rich white woman, but looks can be deceiving.
I know,
okay?
me too, guys. So, well, Chelsea, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your talent.
Thank you.
And
for coming.
your imagination. This one right here, she pulled out all the stops, guys, for her first show. What was it? 3 wig changes?
3 wig changes, 5 costume changes.
5 costume changes,
Yeah.
and all kinds of singing with a live band.
Yes.
Get here, see the show, and don't forget to subscribe to, like, share, and subscribe to Backstage Barry, www.backstageberry.com. Go to WERRRK.com. Say hello to all of us there. Say hello to Siobhan Dior because she's fabulous. She's the queen of
We
porgs.
love Siobhan Dior.
We love Siobhan, queen of the porgs.
That's
And
right.
we will see you on the interwebs very soon. Love you all. We will see you. Bye-bye. Bye, Chelsea. Bye.
Bye. I love you guys.
Kisses.